starting off, we have received some fantastic news, and some disappointing news as well. Well, to me it's disappointing. To you it may not matter as much, but I'll let you be the judge of that. First, the good news. We got a look at a new boss or enemy type for Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree, and it does not disappoint. Here we can see a type of omen with a broken golden mask, hunched over in an attack position with two menacing looking ring blades in each hand, with omen horns covering and protruding out of its long white hair. We can't really see the back of the omen, but we can see the golden cloak that it wears, so I assume it's some kind of royalty. The way its arms are arched is most likely teasing some kind of ties with Godwin the Golden, but I guess we won't fully know until the release. The disappointing news, well, disappointing in my opinion, is that some streamers and creators are going to get early access to the game. And although they will not be able to play the entire DLC, and is most likely the beginning area and maybe one or two bosses, but still, we all pre-ordered this game, and if they are going to give early access, then they should give it to all of us. I just don't like that other selected people get to play the game before we even get a chance to. I know they have to market the game to get as many people as they can to buy it, but I don't think anyone should get early access unless we all could receive the same chance to do so. That's just my opinion. Okay, that's enough of my ranting. Hello there, it's me, Nobody. Please leave a like and subscribe, it really helps me out. I think we all can remember what feelings coursed through our veins as we began our first journey into the lands between only just 2 years ago. As you stepped out of that dark dungeon to be greeted with the beautiful and majestic view of the Erdtree towering above everything but still so far away. The sublime and vast landscape of Limgrave that stretched as far as the eye could see. The pure excitement and wonder that vibrated through our hearts as we started exploring the unknown and uncertainty of what would come next. Our first sight of grace shining bright upon the first step, calling us forward to a mysterious figure patiently waiting for us to arrive. And this is the very moment where we are given our first reality check of the game.
You are maidenless.
Yeah, Miyazaki knew what he was doing there. Slapping our egos to pieces just before we came face to face with that cursed golden knight on horseback. The one that we all come to know and love.
Get your ass back here, boy!
Staring us down, his hollow eyes burning deep into our very soul. Most if not all of us was swiftly grinded, blended, and yeeted into our first death or deaths of the game. Until we figured out that we could just go around that golden-plated jackass.
Hey!
It was one of the first of many lessons that the game would teach us as we continued our adventure to the golden land of the capital. The lesson was we didn't have to constantly fight the same strong enemy that stood in our way and die over and over again. We could just simply go around it and continue on so we can level up and get stronger by finding better weapons and armor. And we could come back to that boss later on once we felt like we could finally clap its cheeks. We pressed onward to meet our first side chick, and then later on meet our main side chick. Come on guys, she's a puppet, with a very sketchy agenda mind you. Get a hold of yourselves. I mean, you saw what she did to Godwin, right?
What about
Anyways, we meet our other friends along the way like Blade, or however you say his name. Big ass wolf dude, kinda cool, Ronnie's #1 simp. And then we meet Alexander, a great jar who seems to get himself stuck in the ground a curious amount of times. And the only way to help him is to slather him in oil and then give him a good pounding from behind. It's it's really freaking weird. But to make a long story short, we go off and murder a bunch of demigods in the most weakened state of their lives. May or may not sacrifice side chick #1 who secretly may be Mikola, or the Gloam-Eyed Queen, or both. I don't know anymore. All this lore is really freaking confusing, and some of it is just still wild guessing and speculation. Anyways, you do a 180 back to the capital and beat down the first Elden Lord until his ghost lion decides to take a smoke break. And then you're forced to murder a roid rage Hulk Hogan before fighting Radagon, aka Mericas cloned Cabana Boy, who tries to pound you to death just like he did the Elden Ring. And then after landing the final blow on his candy ass, the Elden Beast itself, who's just a big blob parasite by the way, turns Radagon's corpse into a sword, leading you into an epic battle of dodging his giant Radagon corpse sword, running in circles as you try to avoid the undodgeable magic attacks, and then quickly swimming away every time you get close to that little jackass. Or big jackass. But then, after finally defeating that big tub of jelly, you are crowned as the new Elden Lord. It may or may not get a cutscene of Melina swearing to murder your candy ass with destined death. Yeah, that's about it in a nutshell. So why am I telling you all this? It's a good question. I probably could have left all of this out. But it's just so much fun to tell and reminisce about the good old days of playing Elden Ring for the very first time. But now, after waiting 2 long years for Miyazaki to get done cooking the DLC Shadow of the Erdtree, the wait is finally almost over. A few months ago, we finally got a glimpse of what the DLC is going to be like. And from what I have noticed, it should be tons of fun. A land full of death-blight roots, death-blight swamps, sleep, giant Saint Trina fire buckets with legs, new NPCs, an old man in a portrait that is possibly Mericas' father, and later on seems to be painfully pulling out a Erdtree sapling from his decomposing body. Or it could be a weapon, maybe both. I don't know who that old man is, but I enhanced the photo to see what secrets Miyazaki was hiding. And as I lightened the photo to its fullest possible extent, and zoomed in close to behind the old man, I realized there wasn't shite there. Maybe a candle holder, and something of some sort. Maybe a bookcase, and a thing hanging down. But I did notice the Saint Trina emblem on his little cloak there, and the scowling depression in his eyes, and the deathbed companion who may be pregnant. She's holding her belly like she is. She's probably knocked up. Hopefully not by the old man. Maybe that's Mericas' mama. Miyazaki, you devil, not giving anything away whatsoever? I don't know. But we get a look at new weapons, new armor possibly, and a quite possibly completely broken repeating crossbow machine gun thingy. I just know they're gonna have to patch that right off the bat. We have deathblight worms, a badass dragon puppet guy that looks like he's all geared up and ready to kick our asses. Oh yeah, and I can't forget about the giant porcupine hog. He looks like he's gonna be tons of fun. And of course, the main big bad of the DLC, Messmer the Impaler, who I think is Mericas and Radagons' impure child that was so badass that Merica let him rule the Shadowlands as she went off plotting total genocide against her entire family. And of course, a few of her children wasn't going out so easily, so she summons us, the Tarnished, to finish them off. Okay. That is just my speculation. I'm sure I'm wrong. And I'm sure she's a wonderful mother. I bet she is a blast to have around at the family reunions. In future videos leading up to the release of Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree, I will be making content related to things that you may have missed or need to do before you actually go into the DLC. This way we can all be prepared on the day of release. So to make sure you get everything and you don't miss out, be sure to subscribe for more news and content to be better prepared for the Elden Ring DLC drop. Please leave a like and subscribe, it really helps me out. And until next time, have fun, my dudes.
Did you enjoy this video? Consider subscribing to the main channel at Mr. Nobody Elden Souls where it's more focused on invading, or the second channel at Nobody Elden Things where its focus is on helping and will be the main hub for invading for dummies. Subscribe to both and I promise you will not be disappointed. Thank you for watching, my tarnished, and we will see you next time.
Like and subscribe or I'll deathblight you in your sleep. This message has been approved by the mayor of Froggytown.